What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Tuesday episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. Here after a 2-2 day yesterday. So we got football right. If you bet the under, you went 3-2. That's what I went. But officially, we went 2-2. Really bad bet in college basketball. That St. John's bet was horrible. So hopefully that's not a precursor of things happening tonight, because I got a bunch of college basketball bets to give you guys coming up here today on the program. +7, Broncos won the game outright. If you lost the Bills in your survivor pool after that flag for 12 men on the field, ouch. That is a brutal way to lose. You thought you won. The kick was wide right. You were celebrating, and then hanky on the field, and see ya. Next kick, good. Denver wins, +7, under. They both come in. That was nice to get that Oilers 4-1 win. Nice bounce back win for them. Dead cat bounce. Pays off again. Fire the coach. Bet on that team the next game. Got that right. So 2-2 there. We got basketball wrong, and we got, what was the other bet basketball, the Celtics. They covered the game. Not the first half. They were losing by 2 at the first half. They won by 14 points. Yeah, there's my team. There's the Celtics. So that was my bad. Should just bet the game. Boston wins the game. Covers, but not in the first half. So unfortunately there. I have an announcement to make. You guys ready? We are bringing back the Don't Bet Parlays parlay for today. Why? I don't know. I'm feeling kind of fun. Got to spice this up a little bit. If you guys are new and you don't know this, I tell you guys, do not bet parlays. Do not bet parlays, but you never listen. So I have a 3-leg parlay. This is, or here are the requirements. It must be 3 or more legs, and it must be 6-1 or greater. All right? Those are the said rules of the Don't Bet Parlays parlay. This was something I did every Friday on the podcast in my previous life as the host of the Daily Juice. I lost so many, and I gave back like, I don't know, 2 or 3 units, that it was frustrating. This is not going to hit, okay? But if you want to include these 3 plays, you can do so. This is a 6-1 return on this. I'm going to bet a half a unit on it just because we've done well. Why not try to go ahead and, pick up 3 units here with a little bit of a Hail Mary, all right? I will tell you those bets coming up. I put this together at DraftKings. You can do different iterations, but it must be 6-1 and it must be 3 legs. That is coming back along with 2 college basketball plays and 2 hockey plays today. Little college basketball in the NHL. No college football today. I'm just going to watch hoops. Too good of a game. Too good of a day. Too many good games to get into here, college basketball-wise, with the Gavitt games and everything else happening. So those 2 sports. This podcast being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com. OmahaSteaks.com, promo code JUICE in the search bar. That will knock off $30 during the semi-annual sale going on right now at OmahaSteaks.com, where 50% off the entire site is right now reduced heading into Thanksgiving. This sale is ending soon, so get to OmahaSteaks.com. Use the code JUICE to knock off $30 off. Minimum purchase may be required. 100% money back satisfaction guaranteed at OmahaSteaks.com with the promo code JUICE. Okay, let's start with Creighton hosting Iowa in the Gavitt games. I was going to go to this game. I was going to fly back to Omaha to go to this game. This is awesome. I call him McScreamy. That's Fran McCaffrey. He's going to lose his mind tonight. Why? Because he always loses his mind in big games like this. Greg McDermott has done very well against Big Ten teams at Creighton. I believe his record is 8-2. The Jays have one of the most efficient offenses in the entire country, and they are racking up the points. They are 2-0 on their team totals to go over this season. Team totals either 86.5 or 87.5 for the Jays. More on that here in 1 second. You know what Iowa does not do? They don't play any defense. So the problem that I've got with this is that the number is 12. That's a lot of points, guys. This is a Big Ten team on the road in an incredibly hostile environment. Iowa's never played at the Chi Center None of these kids have, okay? The last time they played this, I believe, was like 1999 or something. It was a long time ago. 2011 was the last time that Iowa and Creighton played, but they haven't played a home-and-home series in forever. Why? Iowa doesn't want to do it. Why? They recruit the same kids. Do you know how many kids I talked to in the state of Iowa that the Creighton Blue Jays were recruiting when I was doing Rivals, running the Rival site for the Creighton Blue Jays? I mean, look at the greatest basketball players ever to play at Creighton. Kyle Korver, Nate Funk. Where'd they come from? Iowa. Iowa has produced really good basketball players over the years, and a lot of them have gone to Omaha to play for the Creighton Blue Jays. So this is a recruiting battle. This is a monster game. So Greg McDermott knows how important this is. Remember, Doug McDermott was an Ames, Iowa kid. The greatest Blue Jay ever came from Iowa. Huge deal. This is a monster recruiting game. Now, Fran McCaffrey, there's all kinds of rumors. His son's going to graduate. Will he be back next year? Who knows whether or not. But they don't play defense. But they score. The Creighton Blue Jays, look, their defense is okay. All right? They're not great. But Kalkbrenner, changes a lot. You got a really good defense, maybe the best defensive big. Him and Edey are the two best defensive bigs in college basketball. Iowa's got some really talented guards. And Iowa should have success scoring. The total in this game is 160.5. It's going up, probably 161. I don't know how high it will get, but the Jays, I think, are scoring 90. All right? So let's start there. How many points does Iowa score? The line's 12. Let's just say the books are right. I mean, do the math, okay? 90 plus 78, that's a 12-point line. We're over, all right? The Jays are nailing threes like crazy. You don't understand, guys. This building, they're going to drink all day. They're going to be so fired up to have Iowa come in. This is a chance to smack around a team. This is the best Creighton basketball team ever, top to bottom. Huge opportunity for the Jays here on national TV. I don't know if they cover the 12. It's too big. I'm betting the over. 160.5 over 1.1 units for the Creighton Blue Jays. More on that game here in just 1 second. Duke and Michigan State. This game is a little bit scary because I went and pulled the numbers for for Duke against Michigan State over the years. The last 10 games, it's 7-3 to the over. Duke and Michigan State. The problem is Michigan State lost to James Madison already, and they can't hit threes. Like, really bad. They can't hit threes. So I think John Shire is going to have a chance here. Now, look, Izzo did some damage. Coach K and Izzo, when they battled, it was incredible. Shire's not Coach K. But Duke is off of a loss at home. And this is a neutral court. This is going to be probably 50-50, although everyone cheers against Duke. So maybe you'll have more, depending on who's going to stick around and what happens with these games going forward. I'll be very curious to see what the building. Everyone pulls against Duke, so most likely it'll be a Michigan State crowd for this. But, man, you look at the numbers, and it's like, really? Now, KenPom has this as an under, a 137 total. Now, I'm not saying KenPom is the end-all, be-all, but the total is 142.5. It feels heavy. It feels heavy because I don't think Michigan State can score. So I'm concerned about Michigan State holding up their end of the bargain here to get this game to go over, even though I kind of feel like it might. Well, okay, Duke, Michigan State's the first game. Kentucky and Kansas is the second game. So, yeah, expect Kansas and Kentucky fans to be cheering for Michigan State. So that's going to be a tough for Duke to go in. But I just look at the total in this game, and I'm like, man, it feels like this number should be less. It opened up at 143.5. It's currently 142.5. I don't think Izzo's team shoots threes well enough for this game to go over. And for that matter, I think they take the air out of the ball. And it just becomes a grinder of a game between Duke and Michigan State. I'm going to go under. Under 142.5 for Duke and Michigan State here for 1.1 units. More on college basketball here in just 1 second. But let's switch to the NHL. The Boston Bruins are on the road. The Bruins have been very good on the road, very good all year. But the Buffalo Sabres have been incredible to the unders at home this season. It's kind of weird. You wouldn't think it, but Buffalo right now, in terms of being at home, numbers to the under, they're number one in the NHL. They're 7-1 to the under. Total is 6.5, under -120. The Bruins on the road, as you would expect with the goaltending that they get, the Bruins are 5-2, which is really, really good to the under. 5-2 ties for the most unders in the NHL this year. They're 5-2. The Sharks on the road are 5-0-1. That's the best mark in the NHL to unders. The Rangers are 5-3, Flyers 5-3, Stars are 5-4, Kraken 5-4 when they're on the road to unders this year. Goaltenders. Doesn't matter. Either one for Boston's fine. Ullmark is expected. That's fine. But Devon Levy is expected for Buffalo. That's the guy we bet before that went under. Levy has played really well. This is the first game of the day, 7 p.m. Eastern time. While I don't think we're going to see the Sabres win the game, under 6.5, I think this is a really good shot. This is a 3-2 win or a 4-2 win, one way or the other. I think the Bruins probably win it, but Bruins haven't been playing awesome. Buffalo's been playing well. I like what I've seen out of the Sabres. I think it's a hard-fought game. Under 6.5. Bruins and the Sabres under 6.5 for 1.2 units. And finally, the Panthers are on the road against the San Jose Sharks. This should not surprise you. The Panthers are 3-1 on the road. They've won 4 games in a row. Now 3 of those 4 have been at home, but the game that they won on the road was a 4-3 overtime win over Washington. Since the 2 wins at home for San Jose, they went back on the road and they got smoked 5-0 and 4-1. They're coming back here. Yes, they beat Philadelphia. Yes, they beat Edmonton. But I think that was a little bit of fool's gold here in terms of what San Jose really is looking like with the 2-5-1 mark. They're 2-12-1 on the year. Blackwood's in net. He has a goals against average of 4. It doesn't really matter who's in net for San Jose. They both stink. But for Florida, it's expected to be Bobrovsky. I mean, Bobrovsky is 8-3-1 on the year with a 2.68 goals against average. The team is hot. The Panthers are hot. The Sharks are not. Bobrovsky is 8-3-1 on the year. He's won his last 5 starts. Let's see when's the last time he lost a game. Sergei Bobrovsky lost last time against the Bruins on the 30th of October. He's undefeated in November. 2-0, 5-4, 5-3, 5-2, 5-3. So it's 3-2 on the puck line so far. But, look, he's given up 0, 4, 3, 2, and 3 goals so far. We know what's going to happen here. I expect Florida to score. I don't mind Florida team total over in this game. Puck line, -105. Florida Panthers puck line against the San Jose Sharks at -105. All right? So 4 plays for us here. Officially. Over 160.5, Creighton, Iowa. I do lean +12 for Iowa. Under Duke and Michigan, under 142.5. Bruins under 6.5 against the Buffalo Sabres, and the Florida Panthers puck line -105, 1.05 units down on the puck line for Florida up against San Jose. So that brings us to the parlay. Don't bet parlays, parlay. 3 bets, 6-1. I'm going to include the under 142.5 for Duke in Michigan State. You can swap out. If you wanted to swap out a hockey play here, you can swap it out and put Calgary and Montreal in there if you want. Over 6.5. Don't mind that. You want to add a hockey play? There's a hockey swap out if you would like. Under 142.5 for Duke and Michigan State. Over 147.5. Kentucky and Kansas. I expect a lot of offense. No offense in the first game, a lot of offense in the second game. And the Creighton Blue Jay team total of either 86.5 or 87.5. It'll change your odds. If you go 87.5, it's 6-1. So I'm going 87.5 to get where I need to get it to, okay? 3-leg, don't bet parlays, parlay for a half a unit. If you guys are new and you haven't heard this before, ask somebody in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. They'll explain more of the history behind this, but we're bringing it back for a day here with the Don't Bet Parlays parlay. And yes, I make it official now because it was stupid when I didn't, because I would hit it and it wouldn't be official. And it would be like this: half a unit, 6-1, 3-unit play, it would cash. And then I have to come back and go, well, if you had played the parlay, you would be up X. So it was stupid of me to give it out and not make it official. We're making it official. I very well might crash and burn today, but so be it. Let's have some fun here with basically 5 units in play for us here on a Tuesday. All right, recapping. And by the way, if you want to play the Creighton Blue Jays team total by itself, I'm playing this by myself. I'm playing the Jays team total 86. I played over 86.5 at -125. I played that personally. Over 87.5 team total is -110. So just that one number, I played personally the over 86.5, just laid the juice. But for the parlay, it's over 87.5 for the Creighton Blue Jays. Okay, so over 160.5, Creighton versus Iowa. Under 142.5, Duke and Michigan State. Bruins under 6.5, and the Florida Panthers puck line are the 4 official plays for us here today on a Tuesday. Once again, the parlay, which also is official, under 142.5, Duke and Michigan State. Over 147.5, Kentucky and Kansas, and over 87.5 team total for the Creighton Blue Jays. DraftKings will let you play that in case you're looking for a book that will let you play a team total in a parlay. DraftKings, FanDuel, they will let you do such fun. My name is Matt Perrault. I'll talk to you guys in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat @SportsTalkMatt. My handle there and across all socials. This podcast being brought to you, as always, the Daily Juice, presented by OmahaSteaks.com.